Center consoles are incredible fishing boats, but let's be honest, sometimes your family wants a little more comfort than a center console can provide. That's where dual consoles come in. You get wind protection, comfortable seating, storage, and family-friendly features, but you can still have live wells, rod holders, fish boxes, and enough offshore capability to seriously fish. So today we're counting down the top 10 best dual console fishing boats for 2026, based on ride quality, fishability, comfort, construction, layout, and overall versatility. And whether you're fishing offshore Saturday or taking the family to the sandbar Sunday, these boats can pretty much do it all. My name is Dylan, and let's jump right into this video. So starting off our list at number 10 is the Edgewater 280 CX. And honestly, I think Edgewater gets overlooked in the dual console conversation. The 28CX gives you that classic dual console layout with plenty of protection behind the windshield, comfortable seating throughout the boat, and enough fishing features to actually use this thing offshore. That's what I like about it. It doesn't feel like a bowrider that somebody added rod holders to. You can legitimately fish it, but when the rods go away, you've still got a boat the family can enjoy all day. It's a really solid all-around package and a great way to start our list. Now at number 9 is the Blackfin 27.2 DC. Blackfin does a great job making its boats feel premium without completely forgetting about the fishermen. The 27.2 DC has a beautiful interior, plenty of seating, a protected helm, and a cockpit that can still be used for serious fishing. And at around 27 feet, I think this is a really manageable size. You're getting enough boat to comfortably run offshore without jumping into something enormous that becomes a headache to trailer, store, and maintain. If you want a dual console that looks expensive, feels premium, and still fishes, the Blackfin deserves a look. Now coming in at number 8 is completely different from everything else on today's list. The WorldCat 28 DCX. Instead of a traditional monohull, WorldCat gives you a power catamaran, and that changes the personality of the boat. You get excellent stability at rest, tons of usable space, and that catamaran ride that has made WorldCat extremely popular with offshore anglers. For families, the stability is a huge advantage. People can move around the boat without it constantly leaning from side to side. And for fishing, you've still got the cockpit space and features you'd expect from a serious offshore boat. If you've never ridden on a Power Cat, I'd definitely try one before buying your next boat. You might be surprised. Now coming in at number 7 is a Cobia 280 DC, and this might be one of the best values on today's list. Cobia has gotten really good at giving buyers a premium looking boat without immediately pushing into some of the crazy prices you see from the luxury brands. The 28 DC gives you a spacious bow, protected helm area, plenty of seating, and a cockpit that can quickly transition from family cruising to fishing. That versatility is really the whole point of buying a dual console. You're not buying two boats, you're buying one boat that keeps everybody happy. And for the money, I think Cobia does that extremely well. At number 6 is a Robalo R317. Now we're stepping into a much bigger boat. And the R317 gives you a ton of usable space, there's plenty of seating up front, a large protected helm area, a huge cockpit, and enough fishing equipment that you're not going to feel like you compromised just because you bought a dual console. That's what makes the R317 interesting. It can legitimately replace both a family cruiser and a fishing boat for a lot of owners. The downside is that once you get into a 31-foot dual console, you're dealing with a bigger, heavier, more expensive boat. But if you've got the space and the budget for it, the R317 gives you a lot of boat for the money. Now coming in at number 5 is the Scout 277 Dorado. And Scout knows how to build a good looking boat. The 27 Dorado is sleek, modern, and incredibly well finished. But underneath all of that is still a capable fishing platform. You have plenty of cockpit space, rod storage, fishing features, and enough offshore capability for the majority of recreational anglers. Then when the fishing is over, the boat completely changes personality. You've got comfortable seating, great protection from the weather, and the kind of finish that makes this feel more like a luxury boat. If appearance and fit and finish matter just as much as fishing capability, the Scout is one of my favorites. Now coming in at number 4 is the Everglades, and this is where construction quality really starts separating the boats. Everglades has built an incredible reputation for making substantial offshore boats, and the 28.5 DC brings that same philosophy into a family-friendly layout. It feels solid, the hardware is excellent, the helm is beautifully laid out, and you still have a cockpit designed around people who actually fish. That's important because some dual consoles lean so heavily toward luxury that fishing almost becomes an afterthought. The Everglades doesn't. It's expensive, but you can see where the money goes. Now coming in at number 3 is the Pursuit DC 306. If you want to understand why dual consoles have become so popular, spend time on a Pursuit. The DC-30 does an incredible job blending offshore capability with comfort. The cockpit can be used for serious fishing, but you've also got tons of seating, excellent weather protection, a polished helm, and the fit and finish Pursuit is known for. This is one of those boats where you could troll offshore in the morning, clean everything up, and then take everyone to dinner that evening. It does both jobs extremely well, and that's why the Pursuit makes our top 3. Now coming in at number 2 is the Boston Whaler 28 Vantage, and honestly, you could easily argue this boat should be number 1. Whaler has one of the strongest names in boating, and the Vantage series is one of the best examples of what a modern dual console can be. You get Boston Whaler's famous construction, an offshore reputation combined with a layout designed for fishing, cruising, water sports, and family use. The seating is incredibly versatile, the boat feels substantial offshore, and when it eventually comes time to sell, having Boston Whaler written on the side certainly doesn't hurt. The biggest downside, you already know, price. Whalers aren't cheap, but if you want one boat that can do almost everything and you plan on keeping it for years, the 28 Vantage is hard to beat. And taking our number 1 spot has got to be the Grady-307. And if there's one manufacturer that has absolutely mastered the fishing dual console, I think it's Grady-White. The Freedom 307 gives you everything that makes a Grady popular offshore. The substantial construction, proven hull design, fishing layout, and that secure feeling when conditions aren't perfect. But then you add the dual console layout, now you've got a protected helm, tons of seating, a comfortable bow, plenty of storage, and a boat your family will actually want to spend the entire day on. And you haven't sacrificed the reason we're talking about it in the first place. Fishing, you control, bottom fish, live bait, run offshore, and when you're finished, clean up everything, and you've got one of the best family boats in the category. Is it inexpensive? Absolutely not. But if you're looking for one boat that genuinely combines offshore fishing capability with family comfort, the Grady-White Freedom 307 is incredibly difficult to beat. That's why it takes our number 1 spot for 2026. Those are our top 10 picks for the best dual console fishing boats of 2026. And honestly, I understand why this category keeps getting more popular. You don't have to choose between a serious fishing boat and something your family actually enjoys. With the dual console, you can have both. Now let me know in the comments below what's your favorite dual console fishing boat. But we hope you guys enjoyed this boat video, and we'll see you in the next Barjack's Tackle video.